I hope that's not too alarming for you, but all is indeed well. But I want to tell you a story, because it's high time that we sort of try to really unpick what's happening in Trinidad and Tobago. Spend some time trying to do as best as I can to sort of give you the information that you require. So I'm actually going to start. And I'm going to start like this. Once upon a time, under the luminous allure of our carnival, a saga of shadows and perils unfolds, casting a stark contrast against the jubilation that sweeps throughout our country. This tale of clandestine ventures and illicit transactions threatens to unravel the very fabric of Trinidad and Tobago, a testament to the dark forces at play within our idyllic Caribbean waters. The capsizing of the Gulf Stream vessel, spilling its cargo into the sea, emerges not just as an environmental calamity, but actually a grim beacon of the undercurrents of corruption that span our globe. The entanglement of a high ranking government official in a web of money laundering, scrutinized by the vigilant eyes of US investigators, unveils a sprawling empire of illicit wealth. This network, marked by suspicious activity reports and rigorous due diligence, attracts the gaze of international law enforcement, signaling a saga far beyond our shores. Whispers of the CIA and FBI's shadowy presence on our island stir a sense of foreboding among us. The revelation of their foreknowledge of an impending crisis, yet their choice to linger in the shadows, ignites questions about the magnitude of nefarious activities cloaked under the guise of our carnival celebrations. The fact is, friends, just a mere week before this incident took place, intelligence agents began arriving in Trinidad and Tobago to respond to a significant threat to our homeland security. The population is left pondering what looming crisis warranted such a secretive mobilization of international intelligence. The Prime Minister's veiled mentions of nefarious acts by unnamed actors deepen the enigma, hinting at a conspiracy that transcends political lines, ensnaring individuals across the power spectrum. The silence from official channels, broken only by ambiguous references to national security concerns, leaves us yearning for clarity, fueling speculation and apprehension. The Gulf Stream disaster symbolizes the systematic decay afflicting our nation, an emblem of the organized crime, narcotics trafficking, human smuggling, and arms dealing that thrive within our porous borders. The vanished crew and equipment, the vessel's undetected entry into our territorial waters, and the ensuing inaction by officials depict a nation under siege by forces both internal and external. This narrative transcends an ordinary tale of environmental misfortune, evolving into a high-stakes thriller, if you like, where the stakes are nothing less than our national sovereignty and rule of law. We have seen over the last couple of weeks what is taking place in terms of crime. It is getting out of control. The interplay of international intelligence, the clandestine operations of high-ranking officials, and the covert operations pervading this story transform the incident from a mere environmental mishap into a saga of espionage, corruption, and intrigue. Navigating this labyrinth of deceit and peril is fraught with danger, as those brave enough to uncover the layers of secrecy risk entanglement in the very web they seek to dismantle. Yet the quest for truth marches forward, driven by the indomitable spirit of the people of Trinidad and Tobago, of those dedicated to rooting out corruption that threatens and is threatening to entangle our homeland. The fact is, as the Gulf Stream saga unfolds, what began as an environmental disaster morphs into a complex investigation that lays bare the vulnerabilities in Trinidad and Tobago's national security framework, where the intelligence gathering capabilities of the state are severely under threat. And we've heard that before. The intelligence gathering capabilities of the state are severely under threat. The Coast Guard's admission of an unaccounted vessel penetrating our waters, alongside the mysterious disappearance of the crew and the absence of associated vessels, signals alarming gaps in our maritime surveillance and defense capabilities. Because, this breach in security would signify not just a failure to detect the Gulf Stream, but hints at broader vulnerabilities to transnational criminal networks that traffic in narcotics, arms, and human lives. The incident exposes the harsh reality that we may be ill-equipped to fend off sophisticated operations orchestrated by well-funded and technologically advanced criminal entities. Take, for example, the assassination of Dana Sitahal SC, who was assisting U.S. investigators on senior public officials in Trinidad and Tobago engaged in nefarious and criminal wrongdoing, money laundering, trafficking, among other things. Then U.S. Assistant Secretary of State William Bromfield said, and I quote, "The assassination of a leading attorney in Trinidad and Tobago was organized by a transnational drug organization," pointing to the presence, he did, of high-level organized crime on the island. Don't let us forget Dana Sitahal at all.